everybody. I'm Miss Lynne. I'm a teaching artist for the PACE art program here in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I am so happy to see you all again today. I'm a movement artist, and so what that means is we're going to be using our whole bodies to make our art today. We're going to learn about this thing. Raise your hand if you know what this is called. What am I holding? I'll give you a hint. Usually all of this yellowish color is blue, all right? That might help you figure out what this is. So anyone else know what this is? Raise your hand. Okay, I see a bunch of hands now. On the count of 3, go ahead and say what this is. We'll say it all together, okay? 1, just say it right out loud. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. How many of you said Earth? Well, you guys are all correct. This is the Earth. How many of you said globe? That's also correct. This is called a globe, all right? And did anyone say our planet? Yeah, that's also correct, all right? This thing is a globe, which means it's a large ball, or we call it a sphere, that's meant to represent our planet, which is Earth. So, a globe is kind of special because it's a realistic model of the Earth. It shows all of its land and all of its water, all right? So it also has kind of a map on the surface, as well as some more ideas and marks that help us make sense of our world. We're going to learn a lot of things today about this globe, and we're going to learn it through movement. So let's start with a warm-up. Go ahead and push in your chair and stand right behind it, all right? This is going to be called your good, safe spot. Once you're in your spot, you're going to make sure you're not too close to any other person, any other chair, any other desk, okay? So just make sure you have enough room to move safely. And next, you're gonna stand in what we call neutral position. Neutral position is feet flat on the floor, head floating up to the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, arms hanging at your side. You are tall, strong, relaxed, and ready for anything. Let's start with our arms today, okay? Go ahead and reach one arm towards me, and we're gonna just make a huge circle, all right? All the way around, slowly. We're making sure we go slowly to make sure we're safe, okay? I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what we're doing. Arm comes forward, up, and then as you come over the top, you wanna kind of turn your body so your arm can open easily, okay? So do this with me. Forward, around to the back. Okay, we're gonna try our other arm. Here we go. Go forward, open, and forward, open, right. And now we're gonna go backwards first, okay? So just go ahead and go backwards and over the top. Slowly backwards and over the top. And same with your other arm. Here we go. Backwards and over, and backwards and over. Oh, that feels good to make those circles. All right, let's now take the circles this way, all right? So we're gonna cross one arm in front and open it to the side. Ready? Do that with me. Cross it and open. And we're going again slowly, so we're safe. Cross and open. Good. Let's try it with this other arm, okay? You're gonna go cross and open. Make sure your arm is stretched all the way across and open. Let's do both arms together, all right? So we're gonna have to cross them like this. So start out, cross, and come up. Open. One more time. Cross, open, and cross, and open. Last time. circles this way, sort of front to back. We did arm circles this way, like right in front of us. There's one more kind of arm circle we can do, all right? And I'm going to show you. It's kind of, you want to have your arm out in front. This time we're just going to turn our torso around, our whole body. The arm stays. So watch this one time. Here I go. I'm making a different kind of circle. You see that? Yeah? So try that with me. Go ahead and have your arm come towards me. So remember, that's downstage. And we're going to go towards the arm. Here we go. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And try the other arm. We're just walking it in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more each way. And I'm kind of in this bent knee position, which we call plie if you're a dancer, but it's just bending your knees so you can get around easily. So here we go. Arm out, and we go around. 2, 3, 4. Other one. Here we go. Walk it. 2, 3, 4. All right, great warm up, guys. Go ahead and have a seat. What's another name for the North Polar Cap? It's the North Pole, isn't it? Have you ever heard of that? Of course you have. It's a real place, and it's right here on our globe. Our globe has 2 polar caps. One at the top, we call the North Polar Cap, and one at the bottom, we call the South Polar Cap. All right? Both of the North Pole and the South Poles are our coldest parts of our planet. They are full of ice and snow. The reason they're so cold is because they never get any direct sunlight, okay? When the sun is shining, it shines all over the earth, but it has a hard time reaching this very top or this very bottom. And so the polar caps are very cold. Okay, so if we were going to pretend that our bodies were the globe, and we wanted to show that we had 2 polar caps, one at the top and one at the bottom, a north one and a south one, how could we do that? Let's give it a try. So go ahead and stand up right behind your chair, and we'll make up something so that we know about polar caps. We could play with the word cap and pretend to put on our polar caps, right? Let's do that. So go ahead and stand up behind your chair, and let's pretend we have a North Polar Cap. So put on your North Polar Cap. And where would we put our South Polar Cap? On our what? Our feet, right? We don't usually wear caps on our feet, but we're going to pretend today. So put on your South Polar Cap. And put on your North Polar Cap. And put on your South Polar Cap. Here we go again. North Polar Cap. South Polar Cap. All right, that could be the beginning of a dance that we make about the globe, right? Let's hold on to that. Go ahead and have a seat, and we'll learn some more. Okay, if the North Polar Cap and the South Polar Cap are the coldest parts of our planet because they're farthest from the sun, where do you think the hottest or the warmest part of our planet would be? Yeah, it's the part that is closest to the sun, right? So this big fat part of the earth is always going to be closest to the sun. And I'm noticing there's an actual line around our globe at this fattest part of the earth. Do you guys know what that's called? It's called the equator. You say that with me, the equator. Yeah. So the equator is at the fattest part of the earth. It's exactly halfway, right? Halfway between the north and south. So what's cool is that this whole part of the earth is called the northern hemisphere, or half of a sphere, right? So anything above the equator is the northern hemisphere. You know what that means? Anything under the equator or south of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. Okay? So, I wonder if we could take this idea of an equator and put that into our bodies as part of our globe dance. Let's try it. So go ahead and stand up, push in your chair. And this time, let's use our arm to draw the equator. So we're going to reach way out, bend your knees a little bit, and we are going to reach as far as you can away from your knees without falling over. And we're going to reach out and draw this equator line, right? So we know the North Pole is up here, the South Pole is down at our feet. So our fattest part is the middle, if we're the globe, right? So go ahead and reach out. We're gonna do an equator like this. We're just gonna go around for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's go the other direction. Reach out. Make sure you're reaching so you remember how close to the sun the equator is, right? So reaching as we turn. Here we go. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we could show our equator, right? All right. Good job, you guys. Go ahead and have a seat one more time. The next really cool thing about the globe that I want to show you is that it is marked off with a kind of grid. Okay, that means that there are lines equally distant apart marking the entire globe. Some run vertically like this, and some run horizontally like that. I'll show you what I mean. So here you can kind of see it. So these are lines that run from the North Pole all the way to the South Pole. And there's a line, there are lots and lots of them, and they're all equally distant apart, okay? These are called lines of longitude because they're long, all right? I want to show you where all of the lines of longitude begin. It's called the prime meridian, and it goes through England. Let me see if I can find it. Yep. So this line right here, it's called the prime meridian. That is the line of longitude. Everything is measured from that line, okay? So if we go to Louisiana in North America, we see our line of longitude right here. So our line of longitude is about 92 degrees west of the prime meridian. Okay, that's where Louisiana is, 92 degrees west of the prime meridian. How would we show longitude on our globe that's our body? How would we make longitude shown through the body? Let's give it a try. So go ahead and stand up, push in your chair. Okay, if I am a globe, I've got my polar caps, right? I've got my equator. Good. Okay. Now, let's see. Longitude. We know it runs from the north all the way to the south. So go ahead and put your hands together like this. Stretch your arms up high. We're going to go north and draw that longitude line all the way to the south. Okay, good. And we know they go all the way around the earth. So turn to the side. Put your arms up high and draw it all the way down to the south. Good. Let's do one to the back. Can you do that for me? So you're going to turn around, arms high, 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 and draw that line all the way down to the south. All right. Now, turn fast to see me. Did you do it? All right, very good. Let's try the other way. So we have a line, a longitude line that's long, starting way up high above the North Pole and going all the way down to the South Pole. All right, this time let's turn the other way, all right? So turn this way, Arms up high. Oh, draw that line of longitude all the way down to your South Pole toes. Good. And let's do one to the back again. So you're going to have your arms up high and draw that line of longitude all the way down to your toes. Get ready. You're going to turn around to face me with a jump. Okay? 1, 2, 3. We made it! All right. So that's a way to show longitude with our body. We know these lines go all around the globe from north to south. All right, have a seat one more time. We're going to learn one more thing about the globe that we'll put in our dance. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at is called lines of latitude. Latitude. Latitude to me always sounds like a ladder. So those lines are going to go this way. The equator is kind of our zero of latitude. Okay. Here's a line of latitude, goes all the way around. This one is north of the equator. And up here at the North Pole, we have our smallest line of latitude because it goes all the way around, right? But there isn't much Earth here to circle. Okay, and guess what? There are lines of latitude south of the equator also. Here's one right here, going all the way around. Okay, and the South Pole is going to have a small line of latitude, like that. All right, let's see. Let's check out Louisiana. Louisiana is right here, and its line of latitude, let me look at it, it is 30 degrees north of the equator. That makes sense because we know we're in the north hemisphere, right? We're north of the equator. So our latitude is 30 degrees north or up from the equator. Pretty cool, huh? If you have the latitude and the longitude of any place on Earth, you can pretty much find it, okay? So for instance, Louisiana, we said, was 92 degrees west of the prime meridian. So the prime meridian is the zero of longitude. So Louisiana is 92 degrees west of the prime meridian and 30 degrees north of the equator. And that lets us find it every time we want to, okay? So we're going to put lines of latitude in our dance. So go ahead and stand up. Let's use a finger to draw that line of latitude. Now we know at the very top, at the North Pole, there would be a small line of latitude. So let's draw that pretty quickly with our finger. Here we go. Around your head. Ready? A line of latitude. Okay, now we're going to climb down the ladder and we're going to go out a little bit. Okay, so do that with me. So we start here, we're going to go down and out, like we've climbed down the ladder. Because the circle now is a little bigger. The Earth gets bigger as it goes towards the equator. So go ahead and we're going to walk this circle around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? Our next circle, you think it's bigger or smaller? It's bigger, right? We go down a line of latitude and out. Okay, so do that with me. This could be the equator probably. That's what it feels like. It's as far out as we can be. So go ahead and draw that line of latitude down our ladder. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we're going to go down the ladder, but in, right? Because our Earth is fattest at the equator and then it starts getting smaller again. So here we go. We were at equator, we're going down and in. And let's draw this line of latitude. So turn it around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? Our final line of latitude will be at the South Pole. Is that going to be a big, huge line of latitude or a small one? That's a small one, okay? So go ahead down there and we're going to just spin it around. So you can just draw that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just draw that. the latitude line at the South Pole. It'll be a small one because there's not much Earth's surface there. Okay? Good job, you guys. That is enough, I think, to make a whole globe dance. So go ahead and have a seat one last time. You guys know that all of the lines that we've drawn in the air are actually imaginary, right? Yeah, and that's how it is for the globe too, right? These lines of longitude and latitude, they're not actually printed on the surface of the real Earth, but they are printed on every globe, so we can make sense of it. Okay, so now we get to put all of that good work into a whole dance. Let's put everything together first, and then we're going to add some special music to help us really get in the mood of the globe. Go ahead and find your good safe spot behind your chair, and we'll put this dance together, all together. All right, go ahead and stand up. Okay, let's start with the polar ice caps. All right, let's start with our North Polar ice cap. Where was that again? At the top of our globe, right? So we said it was our head. So go ahead and put on your polar ice cap. Good. Now we're going to put one on the south. Where's that one? On our feet. Put on your polar ice cap. So we'll do that 4 times. We'll do North Pole, South Pole, North Pole, South Pole. Do it with me. North Pole, South Pole, North Pole, South Polar cap. Awesome. Then we'll go right to the equator. So we'll kind of scrunch down, and we'll have our arm out, and we'll turn it around one way. Here we go. We're going to take 4 counts to make our big equator. Remember to reach out because this is the fattest, hottest part of the Earth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach it out and go the other way. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So far we have our polar caps and our equator. Let's add lines of longitude. Longitude lines are long. They go from the North Pole all the way to the South Pole. So do this with me, okay? We'll do one to the front, one to the side, one to the back, and jump to face me. 1, 2, 3, boom. Good job. Let's do lines of longitude again. Here we go. From the North Pole all the way down to the South Pole. Do on to the side. North Pole all the way down to the South Pole. We're drawing our lines of longitude. Do one to the back. North Pole all the way down to the South Pole. And jump to face me. 1, 2, 3, jump. And we're back to the prime meridian of the Earth, right? So actually, when we went one way, we went to the east, and when we went to the other way, we went to the west. Okay, last thing to add is our latitude. Lines of latitude, like a ladder. Okay, so let's start at the North Pole. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Down and out. Ready? Do this with me. You're going to turn it around, a line of latitude. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down and out. This is kind of our equator again, but it is a line of latitude. 1, turn it 2, 3 and 4. Now we go down and in. Turn it 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go down and in and turn your South Pole into a line of latitude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's every part of the dance we're going to use. Good job, you guys. Now we're going to get to put it to some music. go ahead and have a seat. For our music today, we're going to use one of my favorite pieces of music, usually sung by Louis Armstrong. It's called What a Wonderful World, which I thought would make sense with our studies of the globe. It's a beautiful song. We are going to hear it arranged and performed on cello and piano by a group called the Brooklyn Duo. So when the music first starts, there's just kind of an intro where we'll just stand in neutral position. And then when the melody starts, or kind of the song starts, then we'll start to move just how we practice the polar caps, then the equator, then the lines of longitude, and then the lines of latitude, okay? So you'll just do it with me at first, and hopefully if we have time, we can do it again so you get some practice. All right, so go ahead and stand up, find a good safe spot behind your chair, and just follow along. Polarized caps. Equator. Slow. Do the equator on the other side. Longitude. To the back. Jump. Longitude. Side. Back. Ready to jump. Let's do latitude. Down and out. Down and out. Down and in. Down and in. Small one for the polar cap. And stand. We'll do polar caps again. North, south, north, south, north, south. Last thing is the equator. You can make a huge globe now. And take a bow, boys and girls. Great job with your globe dance. If you want, we can just do that one more time. Just replay it. Well, now you know a little bit more about a globe, right? And all the things you'll find on a globe. I hope this lesson helps you to remember a few things about globes and also helps you to learn the value of moving slowly. When we move slowly, we can actually have better control over our bodies, and that's a great way to be safe and to practice self-control. Let's move very slowly to end class, and we'll just give ourselves that practice. We'll do it standing. You can just follow along, okay? Here we go. We're going to start with our hands clasped behind us. Just kind of pull them out a little bit. stretch your the front of your body a little and just breathe. Good. All right. Now we're going to take those arms, unclasp your fingers, and reach both of your hands tall, tall to the ceiling. And just breathe in. And breathe out. Good job. We're going to reach to one side. While we breathe in, breathe out and come back to center. Breathe in and reach to the other side. Like a little curve to the other side. Breathe out and come back to center. Reach both your arms up. We can separate them. Breathe in. And bring them down slowly to the sides. They just float right down. All the way down. And drop your head slowly. And pick it back up. Look up with your head slowly. And back to front. We're going to one more time have arms slowly come up, stretching. Open them to the sides while you exhale. So this is in. And if you want to go a little behind yourself, that can feel good too. And we'll stop right there. Great job, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today, boys and girls. Again, I'm Miss Lynne. It was great moving the globe with you in our movement art class today. I wish you a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you next time so we can try some new ideas together. Bye-bye, everybody.